We got to talk about the Sheeva Stomp, all right? I don't know if you guys have seen it all over Twitter, but there was an at&t event that happened where streamers were basically pitted against each other in like a whole bunch of games, right? You know, there was like CS and there was like Apex Legends, and I know they're going to play Halo, and one of the games was Mortal Kombat 11. None of them are fighting game players. So they were all trying to like figure out how to play Mortal Kombat. A lot of them were trying to figure it out like the day of or the night before or something. And if you don't know about the big drama, it would sound almost like a normal NRS tournament, to be honest with you. The big drama was the Sheeva Stomp. It's the same move she had back in Mortal Kombat 3 or whatever, right? She jumps, and then she comes down, and it's unblockable, and it's homing. And you can get out of it, but, you know, it takes some know-how. You can dash forward or backdash or whatever, and then obviously the Sheeva player can then, like, delay the stomp. So there's, like, a lot of stuff going on in this move. It's very easy to do. It doesn't do that much damage, and it's hard to punish if you're new. There's a clip of a streamer just getting stomped to death. She starts crying, and she's just like, this is not fun. I'm not enjoying this. A lot of people were talking about that tweet. In fact, that tweet, I got added in that tweet, and people were like, see, NRS needs to change the game. At Sajam, at Ed Boon, at all these people. This game is bad. I was like, dude, please never tag me again. I'm not in this fight. Leave me alone. But what I thought about that was really interesting is a lot of people took away from it like, see, fighting games are so hard. What I took away from it was that watching new players learn fighting games is really interesting. The first thing this dude did was learn how to do this Sheeva Stomp, learn that there was a homing unblockable move, and just did that over and over until the end of the game. And like, it works, right? My favorite thing about it was not that the Sheeva Stomp happened, it was watching new players try and figure it out. Because as I was watching the tournament, and I'm sure you guys noticed this too, Sheeva's doing stomps over and over, and the players are saying, all right, there's got to be a way to deal with this. I got to be able to get out of this. You saw people figuring out how to like dash under it, or like they were trying to jump away. You watch their brains work, right? They're like, there's got to be a way for me to deal with this. And even when the person who was only doing Sheeva stomping made it to like losers finals or whatever, and the Lyric didn't know what to do, he just picked the same character. He just picked Sheeva back and started stomping the same person, because he was like, oh, if I Sheeva stomp second, it's going to like beat the Sheeva stomp, which is in its own way the most beautiful adaptation you could watch. And not only that, but it was a very satisfying, it was like a cathartic experience for the viewer, I think, right? Because most of the viewers are not fighting game players. But there's a lot of discourse around this. There's a lot of people who are like, this guy who did this Sheeva Stomp is a piece of shit, he's an asshole, blah, blah, blah. Hell no. There's so much money on the line. It's like $100,000 or something, right? Or $50,000 for first or something like that. There's a huge prize pool. The streamer who did it made a tweet that was like, I'm sorry for playing this way. And I was like, hell no, you did a great job. Congrats. Good strategy. I'd do it again. You're ready for ranked. You're ready for Combat League. As usual, Hanzo Gonzo, you know, he has his moments of clarity. He says, every fighting game player has been the person to get stomped to death by Sheeva, and every fighting game player will become the person to stomp people to death with Sheeva. This is exactly what I was going to say. When you're new to fighting games, everything seems fucked up, right? I'm just getting beat up and this is rough, but that's how you start. And as you become more experienced, you're the guy who's beating someone else up, and they're like, I don't even know what's happening. I'm just getting beat up here. You take people who are unexperienced and don't know how to play fighting games and put them in a fighting game tournament, they're just going to do Sheeva Stomp over and over because they don't know what else to do. However, there is a few people who did, right? I said Shroud, he got a little help from Slayer the night before. The person who won, Jake and Bake, did take the tournament serious. He is an IRL streamer, and he was like, I don't know how to play Mortal Kombat. I'm going to go find a coach. So he found Perfect Legend, and Perfect Legend taught him how to play Scorpion, and he gave him a perfect strategy, and Jake and Bake played it really well. Like, if you watch this, right, down 4, forward 34, like, this is, seeing that right there, I was like, oh, he's already on the right track. Just teaching someone and explaining to them in a fighting game, like, use your low poke, use your mid poke, right, and then look at the combo he gets off of it. Are you telling me this guy didn't put some time and practice into this? He definitely put some time and effort into it. Forward 3-4, down 4, forward 3-4. Like, he's got a game plan. Blocked and punished on that, on the fatal blow. Like, he blocks the string, jab checks. Jake and Bake played for 4 days, and he won the tournament. A lot of people took away the Sheeva Stomp from the tournament, right? Which is fair. It was a funny, and like a lot of people saw it, and somebody was crying. But also an equally important takeaway, for 4 days, this is really impressive. He knows, like, when I'm in trouble, I should block and then challenge with my jab. I should use this poke, and then I should use my forward 3-4, and if it hits, I get this sick combo off of it. Everybody's just like, oh, look at Sheeva Stomps. Fighting games are impossible. What about the guy who won the tournament in 4 days? This is how he's playing. He's doing a great job. PL's coaching. He told him how to do the simplest thing possible, how to use a poke, how to defend himself, and do some combos, right? He really, like, that's all he needed. The most impressive part to me is that he blocks a fatal blow and he does a punish. And then when his opponent gets he whiffs, he blocks after whiffing a move, and then he jab checks. The understanding of the game to do this is already, like, very good, right? To be like, oh shit, I missed. I'm gonna block. After I block, I'm gonna challenge with this button. Miles better than I think a lot of people would expect for 4 days of playing the game. Right after this finish, he's gonna go learn the next game in their competition or whatever, right? You know what's funny about that, chat? The same thing this weekend, there was an offline TV Valorant tournament. You know, you wanna talk about easy to use, effective strategy. The team that won, this guy's Toast team, Toast sits in the corner with a shotgun in Valorant, which is, you don't understand how angry this makes people. The amount of people who are like tweeting about it and angry about it and just like super pissed, like it's not just the Sheeva Stomp that can do that to somebody. NRS, why are they so quiet now? My guess is that when they do talk to the community, you open the floodgates, right? To people just constantly bombarding them with everything all the time. Like Ed Boon tweets a picture of his cat and it's like, I love my cat. And they're like, yeah, well, I fucking hope your cat dies because you don't give me smoke. 2.0. Where's Smoke 2.0 in the game, Ed Boon? Where's Mecha Shaggy? Now, hold on. He brings up a good point. I don't care what you're doing with your cat. Turn away for a second and explain to me why Mecha Shaggy's not in the game. Where's Mecha Shaggy, huh?